we're just out on track doing some groundworks, getting ready for BDC this weekend. Just digging these curbs out just now. Also done quite a large one up the back there, just on the infield. Over here you can see another section that we've prepared ready for the concrete. Another section where people go off quite hard. See down here how deep it is. We didn't really dig this bit out. This has just been prepped. You can see just how deep the dirt drops become once we leave them. You can see it's starting to undercut the concrete and break off the edges, which eventually starts making it all completely break up. Just going to get that addressed before it becomes a major issue. So last year at BDC, this little section of grass here got absolutely decimated. There was many dirt drops in here. So just going to come up the straight, around the big corner, around the pond, and then come back up here, down there, and back round again, and back up against the wall. So we're going to be doing this section here. Obviously the guys are doing that section there on the infield of the second. We've also prepared a little section down here. As people keep cutting the corners more and more as they get faster lines, more aggressive. I'm going to chuck a little section of curbing just in here, as you can see, just here on the track. I don't know if you can see all these marks. Obviously these are no good. Tar is expensive and hard to replace, so we're going to protect that, stop the cars from dropping off down into the hole that gets created here. Stop us from doing any more damage to the track. Also, we are getting the track ready, doing some groundworks, getting some extra curbing put in. See the guys here pouring a nice big chunk of concrete. Got the guys from Beatson's in, pay-as-you-go concrete, because we've got no idea how much we need. Just get a little bit more that time.
So far we've used 5.7 cubic metres of
5.7 cubes.
5.7. The bus stop was 4.5 cubic metres of concrete.
So basically we've used a whole normal cement truck already.
Yeah.
It's a good job we got these pay-as-you-go guys, eh?
These pay-as-you-go guys, Beatson's concrete.
No wonder, we're going to use at least 10 cubic concrete.
And it's very expensive.
That'd be a diamond as well. Oh well. I love pouring money into holes in the ground. It's one of the best ways to spend it. Around 120, 130 quid a cube I think this pay-as-you-go stuff is.
This should make it easier for people to launch fully into the pond now.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen, because I don't know if anyone's ever actually seen inside of... Ah! I really don't want to get down in there. Go get the cone! This is what happens when people knock our track furniture into the pond. We have to send Bobo down. Disposable Bobo. Go fall, Bobo! Oh, he's made it. It's disappointing. It's got nettle growing through it. There's a nettle growing right through the middle of it. It's a good cone though. Well rescued. Can you make it back up without falling? Good luck, Bobo. Keep the jaggies. You can see carnage rubber left after our burnout competition to get this all cleaned up. Guys are getting prepared to paint this big stupid wall. So if you've ever had to paint your garden shed or your living room and you thought it was rubbish, imagine having to paint all of this. So we'll get rid of all these marks. You can see as well here, because we haven't cleaned the track yet, all the rubber dust from Final Boss is still here. Square a bit. You can also see here, last week we got our delivery of gravel. So, oh look, some sort of Japan rear light. I think that was from the weekend from Final Boss. So as I was saying, you can see here we've added 20 tons of gravel in here. The Final Boss guys did their best attempt at trying to spread as much of it up the hill as they could. But I think if you ask any of them, the rate in which you slow down in this area now has massively increased. We'll get the digger in here and we'll just tidy all that up. You can see for the massive amount of rain that we've had over the last few weeks, this banking is not looking as healthy as it could do. It's also had some cars slamming into it, so we'll need to get that addressed while we've got the digger down on track. Now if you watched our video review from Final Boss, you'll see there was a BMW Compact which managed to get stuck up here, just to show you just how high he managed to get. He was all the way up and just perched here. As you can see just here, there's some pretty interesting skid marks, and he's made it fairly high up the bank and almost to the top. Impressive. Didn't actually manage to see that one, the Final Boss. Oh, there's a truck going some more concrete. Would have been pretty good to see. And then down here, in what used to be the caravan corner, used to have the skanky old caravans that were abandoned here. So we've also had another 20 tons of gravel put down in this section. See, we've already been in with the digger and tidied it up a little bit after Final Boss. We'll have to do a bit more, get it all looking sweet, get it up, built up in preparation for the BDC guys coming in and wrecking it all again. That will be, and we'll do a little video at the end, but I'll be surprised if that's not about 2 foot deep right through here by the end of the BDC weekend. Those guys love digging holes. Joe, why are you cutting up the concrete?
We're doing that so that it doesn't rip people's sumps off when they have a lovely trip through our wonderful new planings area and try and enter on the sharp pointy piece of the curb, so we're cutting it down.
Good idea. Who was the last person to fall victim to that? Was it Stu and his Wise Fab kit?
I think it was, yeah.
I think so.
Totally wrote off one Wise Fab arm. Not good.
Good thinking. See, the guys have finished painting the wall and they're now on to painting the curbs. Go for blue and red. just talking to the camera. How much fun is painting the curbs, Kenna?
It's actually not too bad.
No? What's your back saying about it?
The back's
Is
fine.
that the first one you've done though?
Yeah, this is the first car.
Beautiful.
Tell me at the end.
I'll ask you again at the end. Look at how much that pops straight away. And we've got lots of curbs. I'm going to use the street sweeper to try and get them as clean as we can, so the paint takes as good as we can. Some very rare footage of Joe not sitting down to pee here. Very rarely seen in the wild.